Okay, everybody, Jerome Wright here again, and once again, you're joining me on my Jerome Wright channel. All right, in this video, I'm going to be discussing this aerial view. This is an archive image of that of Disney World, okay? And in this archive image, from the aerial view of this location, you can Google it yourself. You'll see that there are some very interesting aspects about the overhead view. First of all, the landscape is shaped in that of like a guitar pick, okay? Very unusual shape, okay? Of that of like what you would imagine a guitar pick would be at. All right, I'm stating that the significance of this shape during that time was something symbolic, consistent with mankind's true origins and where they actually evolved from. All right, those aerial views, I don't know if anyone, if it's in mention, this aerial view, first of all, on these locations, these symbolic locations, there's always a body of water. All right, there's always a body of water. Also, what's also to be realized about this is that in these bodies of water, there's an indication of life forms from which mankind evolved from. It's my position that these aerial views of these locations actually are describing mankind's true origins and creatures that contributed to mankind's genetic becoming. All right. Now, through my paranormal experience and encounter, I know that mankind evolved from out of the oceans, which most science I would be arriving at this point. But specifically, the whale. Here, this is an island in this body of water here at Disney. This is a sperm whale, the body of a sperm whale. There's the tail. Okay, there's the tail. There's the rest of the body spinning around. Over here is another fish. Do I have a? Yeah, looking like that of it. In fact, I can actually draw it here for you. Now, let me get my other marker before I run out of time here. If you look closely, here's another landscape here. That there's a dolphin-like creature right there, and this is all land that I'm drawing on, people. This is not. This is land. This is a land mass, and I'm gonna draw this out, and I'm gonna show you the eye. That from the air, these type of indications can be seen. I'm gonna come in close to where you see that creature. So this is land. So what is a sperm whale and the image of a dolphin is there? Now, we're talking about an archive image. I don't know when Disney was started, but you're talking about going back as far as 1940s and maybe even further on out to where none of this should have been there at that point in this discussion. I mean, in architectural work, this, I mean, in landscaping, this should not be there. Now, there's another strange thing about all of this, is that this right here, this symbol, which I've just actually found to be also in New York Central Park, and the way it goes out into another like wheel here, is a similar showing of that of the aerial view of Vatican City, St. Peter's Square. I think that's the obelisk right there. And a lot of those lines and landscape that you see from above. There's also something else that I want to state about this. If you go back further in these archive images of that location, look at what is actually there. Like a cutaway view of DNA, of what you would find if you cut open an atom or something, and then the nucleus is in the middle, and it's showing you a compressed scenario of DNA. Now, you probably see some faces that are highlighted. No, you can't see them. But if you take the same image and turn it upside down, you begin to see multi-dimensional faces in here. And now this is almost looking at this from the point of space. And where we at? Up specifically up in this corner here. Look at this. I highlighted that some, but there's a two-headed face on one side and the other on the other side. Now this is just landscape. This is the landscape in between the trees and the bush. Look at this though. Look at these images. Now, I want to tell you something else about this. These locations are symbolizing something that can be seen from space. But now, keep in mind, people, that space is another dimension. So let's just state that there are celestial beings or alien beings that can look down on our world. They do not see this image in this way. They see it through other dimensions. So therefore, these images that are shown in our world from space, or can be seen in our world from space, must be mirrored, and the true message board is actually shown. So just being able to identify anything in here that looks like heads, faces, and a symbolic message or a message board, you have to look at it as it being a true symbolization and a message that should be looked at through the eyes of the creatures that it is designed for to be seen. An alien coming into our world is not going to have the same vision that we have. Someone, let's just say, if there was someone or some things viewing upon our world from space, they would not see the same exact thing for the Nazca lines and many other places. They're not going to be able to see these things in the way that we see them. So therefore, these landscape sculptures of art are designed to be mirrored and looked at in the true forms, and they show the true message boards for which they are. Now, you see that? Oh, by the way, it's my position that this is all similar to that of Vatican City. Here's a close-up on that. And there are multi-dimensional images that can be, isn't this amazing? This is Disney now. Look, look at this. This is almost equal to that of St. Peter's Square. Look, there is a cross. I see a crown here. This is Disney now. I see a face right here. And I see another head on the back of it. Chin, mouth, nose, eye, forehead. I see a crown. Here's the cross. Here's the symbolization here. And I'm saying that this is all referencing DNA and genes. Which genes are we discussing? Well, remember when I told you that there was a fish over there? Right here. The sperm whale. It's my position that Disney, when first the landscape for Disney, that this here is symbolizing this shape, this abnormal shape that looks like a guitar pick, is symbolizing the tooth of a sperm whale. And this is how they arrived at this particular landscape. And everything inside is symbolizing DNA, genetic exchanges that calls for the genetic becoming of people, and Disney is actually symbolizing that message board with this. Now, before you laugh yourself out of your seat, I gotta hurry up too, by the way, and get through these messages. Here is a sperm whale's tooth, and it has a star in the middle. An authentic sperm whale's tooth, and it has a star in the middle. I'm saying that this is a sperm whale's tooth, and it has that star in the middle. Look at that. At the center, here's a sperm. Just Google sperm whale teeth, and you'll come at that. There's a star in the middle. So somebody at some point or another made a charm, and this is a I forgot what they call it. They have a special name for this. This is a sacred emblem. A sacred thing. I forgot what they call this, and I wrote it down, and I'm in the middle of the video. I can't stop now, so I got to keep going. But there's a special thing. This is to be held highly sacred. To have a whale's tooth with this symbol in the middle. So it's my position that Disney has done the same exact thing. Made a landscape that of a whale's tooth. The whale is in there, in the landscape as well. You can see heads and faces as well, and there's a star in the middle, in the center, like almost like St. Peter's Basilica right there. Now, we're not the only one, though. We're not alone. I gotta hurry up. Here's an ancient stained glass image where you have a Neanderthal, a caveman-looking person with its foot in a fish's mouth to show at the teeth, by the way. We're discussing teeth. But if you turn the image, you see that little green object in the back? Look at that head back there, that reptilian-looking guy right there. You see his head, his chin, the mouth, and all of that, showing you that these people all along know that we evolved from that creature. Here's another sperm whale tooth, and guess what is on there? This is a sperm whale's tooth, a mermaid carved onto that, showing again that we evolved from that creature. Here's some other art on a sperm whale's tooth. Look at this. This is a sperm whale's tooth. Look at these half fish and half. This is the tail of the sperm, showing you that mankind, look at the tail, that black part down there is the tail of the sperm whale. How mankind evolved from that creature. And even the head on this guy is even crazier. Look at that. Looks between the cross between a dick and the head of a sperm whale. Look at this. The sperm whale here. Disney is stating the same exact thing. Here's an enlargement of that same picture. Look at this. Sperm whale's tooth. So people have known all along that we evolved through these creatures of the sea, but yet it seems like mainstream scientists have not gotten it right yet. Look at this. Another tooth. Look at the woman, the man. They're half fish. There's the tail of the fish down at the bottom. Look at this. I've got to hurry up. I got to speed up. Again, the same exact thing. Here they have a little deity carved out of the sperm whale's tooth, and it's in the image of a man. This is a sperm whale's tooth. This is the image of a man. People, you don't make art like this without the knowledge of something that you know. Again, here's a sperm whale's tooth, and they have Jesus hung on a cross on it, a carving. So if you Google this, and I forgot what the symbolic message is behind all of this. Again, there's Disney. Look at how, oh, I know what I meant to, these buildings. There's a turn in on buildings there. I'm going to have to let this video go because I'm running out of a minute. The Vatican City has these L-shaped buildings, which are right there. They're L-shaped. Coming off the center where that like wheel is, right there where the obelisk is. Well, in the archived images of Disney, those same buildings styles are right where we at. They're turned in, oh, right here, those L-shaped buildings. Coming off the center, and those L-shaped buildings, if I can get them again, right there. Those L-shaped buildings are right there. Coming off the center, right there, see it? So if this was St. Peter's Basilica, I mean, if this was the obelisk right there in the center, coming back, those L-shaped buildings are right there in Disney. Same exact thing. I'm going to have to let this video go. Again, the cross is there. And then if you go to Angkor Wat, it's the same message board. You have the cross. And I know that this is symbolizing in Angkor Wat, this is symbolizing the genes of the turtle in Angkor Wat. Here, in Vatican City, I mean, not in Disney, and in Vatican City, is symbolizing the whale. Genes bridged over by the whale. There's the creature, describing it. Oh, and at the end of Vatican City, there's always this body of, and these symbols, there's always this water. There's bodies of water around. If you go down straight out through there, there's a body of water here that can be seen right there attaching that of Vatican City. The same thing with Disney. A body of water right here attaching Disney. And in fact, I'm seeing multi-dimensional images that can be realized if you rotate this paint. People, I have to stop there. I'll put a little bit more in writing I'm gonna have to let that go right there. I'm gonna put one more image, and there it is right there. Oh, this is what I'm gonna put in the writing what that image symbolizes. That tooth, those teeth. All right, I got. First of all, on these locations, these symbolic locations, there's always a body of water. All right, there's always a body of water. Also, what's also to be realized about this is that in these bodies of water, there's an indication. I'm stating that the significance of this shape during that time was something symbolic, consistent with mankind's true origins and where they actually evolved from. All right. Those aerial views, I don't know if anyone, if it's in mention, this aerial view of life forms from which mankind evolved from. It's my position that these aerial views of these locations actually are describing mankind's true origins and creatures that contributed to mankind's genetic becoming. Okay, everybody, Jerome Wright here again, and once again you're joining me on my Jerome Wright channel. All right, in this video I'm going to be discussing this aerial view. This is an archive image of that of Disney World. Okay, and in this archive image from the aerial view of this location, you can Google it yourself. You'll see that there are some very interesting aspects about the overhead view. First of all, the landscape is shaped in that of like a guitar pick. Okay, very unusual shape. Okay, of that of like what you would imagine a guitar pick would be at. All right,